Hi, welcome to Invisible Cooking with me, your host, Chris Invisible Reilly. Today we're going to be making a delicious, invisible, three-course, invisible Thanksgiving dinner. How are we going to do it? First, we got to start with fresh invisible ingredients. Right here, as you cannot see, I have some fresh Vidalia onions, and I want a nice tight dice on these. You know, back in invisible culinary school, my invisible teacher, Chef Invisible Ramon, always stressed great invisible knife skills. He said, Chris, your customers aren't going to see your results, but they're going to taste them. And I said, Ramon, you're absolutamente correcto. He was Spanish. It was weird because I would speak Spanish to him, and he would speak English to me. But that's just one of the great invisible relationships that exist here in the invisible cooking world. Okay, now that we're done with our onions, what we want to do is start prepping our turkey. Now, as you cannot see here, I have a live, whoa, easy girl, a live, invisible, very plump and juicy turkey. So first what we're going to do is go ahead and grab it by the beak. These are very dangerous creatures. And then you kind of want to, with your dominant arm, get a nice hold on their neck. Just grab your invisible butcher knife, and with one clean strike, right off. Oh man, that's a lot of invisible blood. Just go ahead and clear that off right there. Shake out all the blood. Okay. Now that we have our invisible turkey corpse, blood-free, we're going to want to defeather it. Okay, here we go. Just plucking these feathers out. This is the kind of piecemeal work that really builds a lot of character in an invisible chef. You know, when I was an invisible sous chef, all I did was feathers. Feathers all day. Feathers, feathers, feathers. Invisible feathers. Okay, great, we're done. It only had a dozen feathers. How great. So now what we want to do is make a small incision in the turkey's invisible butt zone. Here we go. Zip-a-dip-boop-boop. And now, we get to do the fun part. Taking all its invisible guts out of its stupid invisible body. So I like to keep a nice clean shirt, so I just roll this on up as high as I can. Nice. And just want to get in there. Take out all these invisible guts. I just throw them on the floor. My wife always gives me such a hard time about this. She's invisible though, so what do I care? Okay, we got the invisible heart, got that invisible spleen. Yeah, that's a tough one. Okay, and there we go. Got that invisible gizzard. You know, that reminds me, back in the early 70s, I was in a pretty kicking invisible rock band called Invisible Gizzard. Gosh, those were the invisible days, weren't they? We sure smoked a lot of invisible weed. We had a lot of great invisible jams. Let me think. We had Invisible Freebird. That was a great one. We had Invisible Bad Company. We had Invisible Stairway to Invisible Heaven. Gosh, it was just hit after hift after hift after hift after hift. That's what we called them. That was just one of those kooky terms that kids come up with when they're young. Okay, now that we have our invisible bird prepped, we're going to want to go ahead and preheat our oven. I like to put it on 375 invisible degrees. It's one of those new ovens. Gosh, it takes so long to... It's like telephones nowadays. So many... God. It's like new technology, but you know, it's just so much harder to use than the old stuff. It's like, just give me that old rotary phone. It's like, hello? I mean, gosh. Mo technology, mo problems, huh? Is that what Biggie Smallsman said? Okay, there we go. Now we just wait for our oven to preheat. Tell you what, why don't you check out some of these invisible commercials while we're waiting? Be back in a second. See ya. See you in just a sec. I'll see you in a jiff. See you back in a jiff. I'll see you in a jiffy. See you back here. I'll see you back here in 2 minutes. Great. See you guys. I'll see you guys in a second. I'll see you guys just real quick for a minute. I'll see you guys. See you guys. See you guys. Back. Welcome back to Invisible Cooking with me, your invisible host, Chris Invisible Reilly. As you can tell, I've gone completely invisible now. Why? Because I'm really into this three-course invisible holiday dinner that I'm preparing. Okay, now that we've got our turkey prepared and our oven preheated, what we want to do is pop the turkey in the oven. No, not the visible oven, the invisible oven over there. Perfect. Doesn't that look great? It would if you could see it, but you can't, because it's invisible, like me. Now what we want to do is get started on our dessert. For dessert, I'm making a delicious invisible pecan pie. Some people say invisible pecan. Some people say invisible pecan. Some people say invisible pecan. I say invisible pecan, I think.